Okay, so Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. So God goes up to Cain, and he says to Cain, have you seen your brother Abel around anywhere? I don't know what it is, but I just get this nagging feeling that he needs me. And Cain says, what, you don't know where he is? And God says, no, well, I can't be bloody everywhere at once, can I? Just tell me if you know, where is he? And Cain says, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not my brother's keeper. Last time I saw him, he was over there in the field. And God says, hang on a minute, what the hell are you doing with that knife? Cain says, what? Oh, this knife. There was some blood on there. I was just cleaning it off. God says, whose blood was on the knife? Cain says, well, I was afraid you was going to ask me that. See, the thing is, I was out in the field with Abel this afternoon. Funny thing happened. Well, actually, it probably isn't that funny, come to think about it, but we were having a game of throw the knife, and, just trying to see who could throw it the furthest. And Abel was stood behind me, and it was my go, and I just drew back to throw the knife, and it just jabbed him in the neck and just cut through one of the arteries, and anyway, he fell down dead, and I don't know, it just happened. Actually, it couldn't have happened more perfectly if I'd have done it on purpose. God says, you liar, you've just murdered him, haven't you? And Cain said, yes. And God says, I don't believe you. I can't leave you alone for 5 bloody minutes. I know I should have cancelled that appointment with the universe inspector. Right, that's it. You are banished. You don't live here anymore. You're out of here. And not only that, you are to get a wife. Cain says, a wife? A wife? Oh, that doesn't sound too bad, actually. Yeah, I wanted one of them. Yeah, good idea, God. Yeah, a wife. Yes. Good idea. Which rib would you like? God said, rib? What do you mean, rib? He said, no. I don't repeat my major miracles. You go out there, you're going to get your own wife. Cain says, what are you talking about? Go out there, get my own wife. It might have escaped your attention, but the social scene isn't exactly buzzing out there. God says, look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but come here. Between you and me, there are other people out there. Cain says, what do you mean there are other people out there? God, just will you? If this gets into my autobiography, do you realise what awkward questions the bloody creationists are going to have to answer in time to come? Just keep it down. I don't want people to know I got competition. As I was saying, there are other people out there in the land of Nod. Cain says, what do you mean in the land of Nod? That's just bloody giants that live out there. God says, well, you like tall women, don't you? He says, yes, but he said, look, never mind. Just get out there and get yourself a wife. Cain says, yeah, but if I go out there, they don't even know who I am. They might just think I'm some evil person and they might kill me. God says, you are some evil person. Cain says, all right, yeah, point taken. But anyway, I still don't want them to murder me. God says they won't murder you. They don't even know what murder is. You only invented it, half an hour ago? Cain says, oh yeah. God says, anyway, you own the patent to it now for at least 18 months. Legally, they cannot murder you. Cain says, but what about illegally? He says, look, they just can't murder you, okay? In fact, just to make sure, you don't need any paperwork, here's the deal. And he gets a kind of a rubber stamp thing with some red ink on it and a big, thingy in it. Whack! And he stamps him on the head with this red mark. And he says, right, that's the mark of Cain. That tells them that they're not allowed to murder you. Cain says, what? They're just going to look at this crappy little red mark here. Oh, it's still wet. And that's just going to tell them that they can't murder me. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you realise how silly that's going to look if you put that in your book, in your autobiography? Well, if you're going to put that in, you might as well just start writing about bloody unicorns and fire-breathing dragons. Oh, you are going to write about those? Oh, right, fair enough. But anyway, they argue about it a bit, and God says, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send out flyers. I'll let them know you're coming in advance. I'll go round door to door. I'll just let everybody know. So anyway, Cain goes out there, gets himself a wife, and you don't really hear much about Cain after that. He just kind of disappears from the scene bit by bit. He has kids, and they have kids. So what is the moral to this story? Well, the moral to this story is very simple. If you read the Bible literally and you believe it as literal truth, it's simply this. Don't murder people, because if you do, you might be forced to marry a 30-foot giant. You know? Simple as that. You know it makes sense. Goodbye.